Hey guys, Showy here playing Tacoma. I got this game for free yesterday in Epic Games, so I'm gonna try it. But before I have played another game by Fulbright, which is the developer of this game, and the game is called Gone Home, which was very good. Like, I really liked it. The story was very, like enticing. So I'm excited to see this one. Wait, start with commentary. Start. I don't know. I will get commentary then. That's fine. Is that a moon? For some reason? I have no idea what the game goes. What is the story of this game? It is called Tacoma, and that tells me nothing. Maybe there's gonna be tacos.
All right, Minnie. Ready to start docking sequence?
Okay. Engaging retro thrusters now.
Okay. So this is a space story, I'm guessing. And I hear the voices.
Transfer station Tacoma. Commercial cargo transit facility. Crew evacuated. Station AI offline.
Air supply?
Is that the Earth?
Air on Tacoma for
Yeah.
Tacoma 1 should be more than sufficient. Docking now.
Wait. I want subtitles. Yeah. There you go. Let's go. Everything's looking good to me. And I don't know what it says there in status, like underneath. Oh, I'm going to Earth? There's no fuel, maybe. They're gonna shoot me to Earth. I'm a projectile.
Thanks, Minnie.
Amy. Tacoma. Something? I didn't read it. God damn it. Oh, wait. I'm not going. Like, I'm not gonna be shoot to Earth. I'm just gonna play commentary. F.
Hey there, I'm Steve,
I'm Carla.
and we are the co-founders of Fulbright, and we want to welcome you to Tacoma's commentary mode.
Welcome.
Oh.
Throughout the game,
Thank you.
You'll find icons like this one that will give you insight from a bunch of different people that contributed to Tacoma. You know, people on the development team that did design, animation, sound, and pretty much every other part of making a game like this a reality.
It'll be both audio and sometimes visual. So
Yeah.
lots of information.
Behind the scenes concept art and other kind of development screenshots and stuff like that. And also on your way back out of this area, if you do a full playthrough of the game in commentary mode, there will be some new nodes that pop up in the hub and in Amy's ship. So don't miss those. Thank you for playing through commentary mode, and we hope that you'll enjoy finding out more about how Tacoma was made.
Okay, so basically I got this F thingies because I'm playing in commentary mode. I'm gonna. So this is more a promotion of the game, I'm guessing, rather than anything else. Because I got the game for free, I'm gonna do that to promote the game. So far it looks nice, but I have no idea what the story goes from. Like, they didn't have any like story behind it. Normally when you start the game you get like some sort of story, like just like in Star Wars, that you get the credits like going like in a galaxy from far away and so on. But here I got nothing. Just these Fs in which they tell me how the game was made and so on. So let's play this one. I wonder how loud it is though. Let's see.
So, doing the voice recording for Amy was definitely very different from what we did with Sam in Gone Home. A lot of it with Gone Home, since it is something that's very personal, it's very intimate, it's that one person pouring her thoughts out. And then you have something like Amy in Tacoma, where she's really removed from everybody else. She's, in a sense, really removed from the story that you're exploring, because she's playing that character that's discovering it just as you are. So, whereas the rest of the crew for Tacoma was all doing an ensemble recording together, so they were actually in the same room, acting together, performing against each other, and getting to talk face to face, all of my recording was done totally separately. I had a general idea of the story that kind of gave me a little rundown of, the scenes that I was in and what I was talking about, but a lot of it was a total surprise because you sort of don't want Amy to know a lot of what's going on, because I think that it makes it a bit more authentic if the recording is, okay, so you walk into this room and this is what you're seeing, but you don't know why. So it needs to have that sound of surprise and questioning and exploration that I think comes from really being that separated as she would actually be in that reality.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to all of this and I'm gonna just like move around, because if we go to the next part of the game, maybe something else will make a sound and it will cut the previous recording. So this is gonna be a very slow let's play, I'm guessing. I'm learning more about the game, or
Talk to you when I'm back. Don't let anybody scan the ship while I'm gone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm learning more about the previous game, which is Gone Home, than about this one, which is kind of interesting, like the way they did it. Like, basically they're saying we did something great, which is Gone Home, and now you should like this game because of our previous achievements. Let's see.
So Minnie is Amy's ship's AI. I think she's most known for saying, "Okay."
Oh, okay.
And I am the voice of Minnie. When we originally recorded it, it was just Scratch. So we didn't know then that I would be the voice of Minnie ultimately. But yeah, it stuck and it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, Minnie went through like a bunch of iterations. Actually, it was kind of hard to get her right. We ended up kind of settling on the audio direction being like a happy version of Hal, like the really famous AI from 2001. So yeah, I just kind of took Noelle's really amazing VO and I would do things like I would time stretch it, or I would take one syllable and like an okay, that line. I took the oh and I, like over a period of time, I kind of pitch bent that vowel sound up. So she has a real like sing-song quality, and I think that combined just with like it sounding like her voice is coming through a really small speaker makes the character feel kind of rudimentary, and then it's all really Noelle's like voice acting that kind of sells Minnie as being super pleasant and helpful.
I just remember when we were recording it, Steve and Carla are just like, cheerier, be like you are when you come into the office or something. And I had no idea that I was quite that cheery all the time.
Okay, so this is gonna be a very slow display. If I have to hear like how she came to the office every time. Danger, airlock door in motion. Okay, I should step back then. Alright, so open lid. Take hardware. What is this? Hardware transmits critical audiovisual information directly to your sensory cortex. That sounds very bad. I don't want. Is a needle gonna come here and install it in my brain? Hold left button. Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna put them to myself. Left hardware. Oh damn. Venturis Technologies Arrows initializing augmented reality's operation system.
Hello, I am Odin, Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma's Operational Data Interface Network. I have recorded this message to welcome you, guest, aboard.
Okay.
Before I can set up your station profile, you must register your body positional data with Tacoma's AR tracking systems.
My body positional data.
Place your hand on the AR figure's palm.
Okay, so I come here. Okay, they're scanning me right now, maybe.
Your body positional data has been registered with Tacoma's AR network. Please sign in to confirm your identity.
Sure, I'm gonna sign in, but I'm first gonna read this. Listen carefully for instructions from Odin. By entering this Venturis facility, you consent to the following. This facility uses augmented reality body positional tracking for a multiple of critical functions. Visitor body positional data, as well as audio and visual data, may be retained by Venturis Technologies and its subsidiaries to better ensure the highest level of security and service. By entering this facility, you relinquish all rights to any data collected by the augmented reality system, and release Venturis from any future liability for its retention or use in perpetuity. Okay? Welcome aboard. That is nice. I didn't see this before. So basically they're projecting into my brain directly this like pre-recorded message called Odin and all this bullshit on the sides. Let us listen to what they have to say about this.
A lot of people ask about the use of sign language in Tacoma, including asking things like, is Amy hearing impaired? Is there, what is the rationale behind the use of sign language? And for us, it actually came from thinking about how an interface for a non-physical thing like AR might work.
Most of our AR interaction is, it's attention-based and it's focus-based, like on where the user is looking and paying attention to. But sometimes there are good reasons for you to do something, physically, and we use therefore sign language for things like signing in.
Or in the case of when Amy's recovering one of the AR crew records, she does, as opposed to like text entry, she does full...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to stop the... Yeah, I was just checking the resolution. Because somehow I cannot read the...
word commands in
this.
ASL, American Sign Language.
And our animator, Noelle, also had extensive correspondence with a person fluent in ASL, so...
Yeah, it was important to us to work with a sign language consultant so that Noelle could ensure that the hand motions and the finger spelling that she was animating were accurate to how someone might actually use those gestures in the real world.
Alright, so there's going to be a lot of sign language in this game. I have no idea why. Anyway, it says, confirmation of contractor agreement. By signing here, you, contractor, confirm that you shall abide by the conditions of your contracting agreement, including the respect to all data privacy rights of Venturis Technologies and its subsidiaries, in perpetuity throughout the universe. Damn, they are very thorough, huh? All data on this Venturis facility is to be considered the strictest confidentiality, and by signing here you acknowledge that to access or transmit any confidential data belonging to Venturis constitutes a felony violation of orbital law, to which you and all of your actions are subject. Sign in. And now I put my name. Amy Ferrier. Okay, so I guess I do not put my name. You can call me Amy now.
While aboard Tacoma Station, please remember that all activity on this facility is monitored by AR recording. All activity records become sole property of the Venturis Corporation. Any questions about privacy and personal privacy should be scanned on certain
Oh. Something went wrong, huh? Tacoma's station data network warning, massive data loss detected. Engineering, I can go there. Oh, this is lovely. I am flying around. Let us fly around while we listen to this. Wait, can I?
Here we are in the hub.
Yeah.
It's big.
It is very big. Actually, that was one of my concerns when we sort of first started making the hub, was that, like, you just sort of get thrown into this giant space.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on. There's little guys flying around.
It's one of the only spaces in the entire game that feels very spaceship to me.
Yeah.
You go from here to a space that feels a lot more terrestrial, that feels a lot more grounded, and it's easy to get around, and you tend not to lose your bearings. And we help the player move through the space with, you know, landmarking and lighting and stuff. And then you come back to here after that, and you're like, oh, I'm in space. Oh yeah, I remember. Here I am in space again, and it's disorienting and it's weird. And it's kind of unsettling. I think that kind of works about it because you're not playing the game in here, and the game isn't really about getting from A to B. So it's really kind of
playing basketball.
It's playing basketball, and it's also kind of, I always felt like this part was just kind of an intermission in the game. You like come here to kind of take a breath after, you know, a long bit of story, and it's a fairly empty, quiet float, which I really liked.
Access denied. User mission parameters do not currently acquire access to this section of the facility. So basically, what they're saying in this recording is that, what is this? Equilibrium sickness bag. Can I eat this? There is nothing. Okay. So basically what they're saying is that this is like resting zone. I'm guessing there are puzzles on the other ones. Blue team, no idea. Access denied. What am I doing here? T. Tap to toggle your AR desktop. Oh, is that me? That's Amit Jyoti Farrier. Contractor register. Citizenship California American. Fountain of Paradise. There's some Arab language maybe. The Livre, Fontaine de Paradis, and so on. Proof of technical certification. California Republic. Oh, this is interesting. And that's me, I'm guessing. I wonder what would happen if I use my phone to read this. Okay. So, what do I do? Observation. That's me. Contract applied. Accepted. Subcontractor mission brief. Crew of Lunar Transfer Station, Tacoma, evacuated. Subcontractors shall board Tacoma, proceed to data access points in each habitable section, and transfer AI data from station to subcontractor vessel. Retrieve AI central processing network. Return intact AI to Ventris. Subcontractor agrees to provide data transfer hardware and transport vessel. Subcontractor verifies transport vessel is capable of supporting Obsidian class artificial intelligence. Ventris representative will be in contact remotely. Wait, what? The crew? Wasn't it just me? Function. Cargo transfer point between Earth surface and Zenith Lunar Resort. Cargo delivered managed to automated drone. Who are these people? Where am I? EV St. James. Network specialist, botanist. There's a botanist here. Medic and so on. Okay. What about... That's me. Oh, is this a... This is a place where I am. Personnel, biomedical. I cannot get more than that. From Ventris Technologies. Subcontractor Farrier. Sign on to Tacoma's AR network successful. Please proceed to the personnel module to begin the AN transfer process. Your process will be tracked. Ventris contractor. Okay. Close.
So, zero G controls. You are a little floating ball in space. Is that accurate?
Yeah. You're generally a cylinder walking around, but when you're floating around, you're a sphere, so you don't bump your feet or head into things when you wouldn't expect to. In theory, your feet are floating out behind you and not getting in the way.
So you're not a long tube.
No, you're just
Superman.
a sphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That would be even worse to program.
I believe it. Because you're a perfect ball, and because you're a pretty small ball, you can actually dunk yourself through the basket.
You don't get points for that, though.
No points.
No points. That should be a Chivo.
Yeah, we missed it somehow. Just skulls.
That's amazing.
So basically what they have programmed is that I'm a ball. So that my feet and legs will not, and my arms are not gonna get in the way. What am I doing though? I still have no idea. Tacoma Dome. I cannot really go there. Tacoma recovered. Innocent.
So, you really miss it, huh?
Well, it just seems like it'd be strange being back on Earth already, after only a year up here.
Really? After all I've had to hear from you about the conditions VT has us working under?
Yeah, but there's that. And then there's this.
Where's the sun coming from? Like this way, right?
Yeah, I'll miss it.
I can't blame you.
What is going on here?
So, whether you're getting renewed or not, did you submit your yearly crew member report?
No.
Yeah, me neither. You know, I think I might go get that done.
Okay, yeah. I probably should too.
Oh my god, wait. Is today Obsolescence Day?
Obsolescence Day. Huh? Is it still playing? Okay, so those people were here and they recorded that 3 days ago, and they didn't know it was Obsolescence Day, and they were talking about a report. No idea. Just a little more. What am I supposed to do? Somehow the commentary is confusing me. What is this? Personal access. Let's go. Oh, dude. That's creepy. Recently I've been listening to the Ender games. What is this? Ventris Belt, Orbital Vacation, something. So I've been listening to Ender's game. The idea that there is no up and down in space is very important in it. Like, that is the basis of all his strategy. Now entering personnel module. Funny that now I'm playing a space game. What is this? Oh, wait, what? A T. I don't know how to click that, man. Nope. Okay, never mind. Session hub access. Request gravity tow. Oh no, I didn't want to. Why are you making me do this? So, no, can I? No. Alright, so I'm going up now. Because my wheel. I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, I've been listening to Ender's game and it's quite cool. Like, Orson Scott Card really wanted to translate all of his books. So there's a lot to listen to in Audible. I'm very happy about it. I'm just gonna go this way, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. It feels like I have not started with the game. Like the Fs and the creator's commentary really get in the way. The perfect family getaway. Oh wait, was this a place where people would just come on vacations? I wonder. Now entering personnel module. Okay. I shall not try to go up again. Let us listen to the commentary of the people here.
All right, so the advertisements you see in the transfer shaft are advertising the Ventura Belt vacation homes, and I got to illustrate them. They're really fun.
Oh.
I'm usually doing animation and stuff, so this is kind of like a fun little task.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So when I was working on Tacoma, like at sort of in my free time, I would just like record a bunch of music, and Steve, the idea for the transfer ad kind of came online, and Steve was like, oh, we need like a jingle for this, and I was like, oh man, I thought to myself, I wrote a really like obnoxious like corporate Muzaki sounding thing like 3 days ago. This will be perfect. So I like rearranged some things, and I was like, I think this is terrible enough to be elevator music and tell the story. of like this corporation sort of, you know, licensing this terrible song to put in this elevator and make people listen to. And so I think it was pretty effective, but I just love how humble Noelle's being, because like Noelle did animation on the game, but also she's a really amazing illustrator, and like does that on the regular. So I just feel like I have to kind of shout her out as being a really amazing illustrator, and she's just being super humble.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least I saw this one. The one with the dad playing the guitar upside down. I didn't see the other ones, but yeah. Obsolescence Day party, this way. Sure, let me listen to these things first.
Typically, Steve, who's the main writer, will send me a description of technical requirements for any given sort of game object. Any thoughts he has about like the basic look of it. And in this case, the sync device had to feel like this, like sort of like a heavy-duty industrial object. Like he mentioned when he was talking to me initially about like early beige Apple products, kind of like the Apple II. And it couldn't have any buttons, as you will know, because the moment there's a button is the moment you as a player, you want to press that button, right? And so if we can't pay off a button, generally we don't put a button in or we steer away from it. So that's why you won't find many or any buttons in Tacoma Station.
That is cool. That is the reason why we don't see buttons. I'm gonna go down though. I cannot go down. Okay. So, yeah. She's talking about the thing, like the book that I had in the beginning, which I put in the console. There is things there. Oh, this is outside in a space.
So there's actually a whole bunch of physically made paper items in Tacoma that our characters made, and in order to make those assets, Kate and I pretty much always actually made those paper objects and scanned them and whatnot to put them in.
As opposed to typing it out in Photoshop.
Yeah. I
Paper
guess we
objects.
carried that over from Gone Home, just kind of making things physically on paper, because it really does look a lot different.
It does, yeah. And actually,
Yeah.
there's a little bloody handprint in the drone bay, and I spent a lot of time just like getting my hands covered in ink and then just smacking them all around pieces of paper.
It's extremely
and doing like
good.
little blood spheres and stuff. I feel like now I pass this rite of passage
Oh,
because
this.
I put a bloody handprint in a video game.
So they're talking about this. They made this in paper and then they scanned it. Okay. I was looking at the plans. I thought the plans were that what we were talking about, but I guess not. Obsolescence Day party this way. Okay. Anyway, I have two stories in my head now. That the story of the game and the story of the creators and so on. I'm lost now. Dude, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, I wish I had not gone for commentary, because now I'm gonna look at like a terrible gamer. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, there's nothing here. So attention, subcontractor ferry. Okay, I have to click this. I haven't clicked this before. Attach data. Oh, this is the thing that they were talking about there. Yeah, I don't know what I've clicked. Amy Tacoma job. Okay. Upload dock vessel. Okay, we can send you secure messages through this interface, and it's a one-way connection. We'll be monitoring the situation from here. It's going to make a while for the first part of the AI net to go up. This is no simple file transfer. Alright? Okay. So I have to wait. Really? Is this the game? I just wait while they do that? Oh, wait, I can go this way now. So basically I can play while they do that. Okay. Oh, there's fat people here. Why are they so fat, and why is my screen doing this? It looks horrible. It looks like I have no graphics card.
I did learn to make some shaders, some custom shaders for Tacoma. So the character's look has changed a lot since we first started working on Tacoma. The story also changed a little bit, and originally there was a character that was supposed to look glitched and corrupt compared to the main characters. And when I made that character, I worked with vertex distortion, and so they look kind of wiggly as they're moving around. And it turned out that Steve and Carla really liked that look, and so we implemented that into all the other characters' shaders. So anyway, so that's why they kind of have like a distorted look as they're walking around. And from there, a bunch of other things were added, like when they walk through another mesh or touch another mesh. Like if they're touching the table, their fingers will kind of glow. And if they're walking through a door, their bodies will kind of glow as they're walking through the door mesh. So, yeah, good old shaders.
Yeah, so the shader is what's making my screen look like I'm lagging quite heavily. And my graphics card cannot handle it, so... Yeah, sure. Space to recover AR data. Oh, that is what I mean. Like, when she did, like, whatever. They consulted with an...
Ladies, you have everything you need? Yep-o.
Yepo?
Thanks for offering to help. Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, you know how much I love completely mindless and busy work. Kid, don't start.
Roberta Williams, mechanical engineer. Quality assurance, already on it, trying to... Okay, this is a conversation they're having, I think. No problem, 2 heads are better than 1. Failed. We connect you with licensed therapists, we demand, okay? Personalized therapy with licensed practitioners. Oh, wait. Roberta Williams, maybe. I'm trying to focus on the bright side of... with Nate. At least it pays well, the isolation pay. Feel like I'm holding her back. Okay, this is... corrupted files, I'm guessing. She's up here with this shit posting because it's all qualified for. Alright.
We don't even know if we're getting renewed yet. We're getting renewed.
She's closed.
You're so sure. Maybe we should just do our jobs then? So we'll get renewed.
Where did the other one go? Is it this one? Is it this lady here?
Just one more year. And I'm pretty sure I'll get it.
It's a guy.
Hoping. What? No, it's not dangerous. What do you mean danger?
Oh, this is the botanist, right? Nicholas Figueroa. Okay. I cannot recover anything but this. Okay, hey Mark. This is the article I was talking about last time we were discussing finances. Give it a look, sorry to be a downer. Love you. Myth. Real currency is more stable than consumer loyalty. Reality. This may have been true in the earliest years of the something. Think it like diversifying. Myth. Converted loyalty is just as valued as original loyalty. Well, there are many companies out there. Alright. I do not care about this.
Radiation shielding is pretty much 100% on a station like this, so there's no...
There's no what?
Well... Yeah. Well, it might have been manufactured 30 years ago, but they've upgraded. Man, no, we're...
Oh, I get it. He's the botanist, so there's a plant here.
Bone disease or...
I suppose I am preoccupied with your potential departure.
Wait.
Okay,
you mean me? Or...
Hey, Sarah, can I bother you for a second?
What? Oh, sorry. What is it?
I have my son Nicholas on AR, and he wanted to ask you... What? No, you said you wanted... I didn't...
What?
I'm sorry, hold on. Now, Nicholas... Nicholas? Hello?
Teens, huh?
Yeah. Almost done with high school. Almost. Just incidentally, is there anything we should be worried about with another year out here, health-wise? Radiation, bone density?
Oh no. We spend almost all of our time in Earth gravity, and radiation shielding on a station like this is basically 100%.
Yeah, see, that's what I told him. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Nothing to worry about.
Is there...
Odin, where were we?
Is there nothing to worry about? Elapsed time, non-crew member profile detected. I just wanna inspect her, dude. Okay, so there's so many of these commentaries. There's so much to do. What is this? Oh, this is her lockers, I'm guessing. This guy has a lot of paper to work. Who are you? Natalie Kuroshenko, network specialist. You're fine. Grab paper. I cannot grab any of the other things. What is this? Oh, I can see what it is. Obsolescence Day party tomorrow. A friendly reminder. Our yearly Obsolescence Day party is tomorrow. Oh, that was 3 days ago, or 2 days ago or something. Refreshment will be provided. The pleasure of your company is requested. Good. So, something else? We are orbital workers, union members pamphlet. A victory for the workers, the end of the orbital worker safety bill. The full report on the historic vote that struck down this anti-union bill. Alright? Oh, let us listen to it. Oh, what?
Nicholas, I know that you... Yeah, I know. Both you and your father would like me home sooner, but... Listen, you have your heart set on Amazon, don't you? Okay. And there's no way we're gonna have enough customer loyalty between your dad and I for a full ride by the time you start school.
Customer loyalty.
So, we're just gonna have to pay some of that tuition out of pocket.
Customer loyalty.
Yeah, just one more year. And I'm pretty sure I'll get it. I'm hoping. What? No, it's not dangerous. What do you mean dangerous? Radiation shielding is pretty much 100% on a station like this, so there's no...
Okay, I get it. So this guy is gay, he has a son and a husband in Earth, and he's discussing whether he should stay here for 1 more year to get enough money to take him to Disneyland or something. Anyway, let us continue exploring this. This laundry room, what is this? Oh, I just threw something, never mind. There was a... yeah, I didn't listen to this.
I did learn.
Oh yeah, I did listen to this, never mind. There was a couple more though. Like, here. Wait, here maybe? Okay, here.
We were really glad that we did commit to recording all of the main scenes ensemble style
Definitely.
in person, because something that's really common in video game voice recording and in like animation voice recording is that you have each individual actor come in, sit in a booth, record their lines on their own, and then it all gets edited together after the fact. And we felt like because every scene in Tacoma is about these characters being face to face in these very intimate scenes, like the game is about being in the room with these characters while these moments are happening, the quality of the performance completely relied on the actors being there and being able to play off of each other's energy and be in physical proximity while these things are happening, so it would come across in the game.
Yeah, in a lot of ways the whole game is conversational, and at least the scenes, and yeah, just having the actors physically present and able to talk to each other and look each other in the eye just added like immeasurably to the quality of the recording.
It was also really cool to see how excited the actors were to be able to perform their parts together in person on stage, because it's just an opportunity that I think in a lot of games and animation you just don't have the chance to be involved with, and so we really want to thank our voice coordinator Michael Surix, who arranged all of the logistics of like getting a soundstage together and getting everybody in the same place at the same time, which is not easy.
All the way down to coming up with a scheme for taping the mics to the actors' foreheads so that they would get the least amount of interference from clothing and like skin movement as their faces moved while they spoke.
I mean, that's one of the big challenges, is that, you know, if you're recording a scene like this for the screen, you can have a boom mic that's just picking up everybody's lines. But with Tacoma, each character's voice has to follow their individual character model as they move around the space. And if I'm standing between Andrew and Sarah while they're talking, I have to hear Andrew out of my left ear and Sarah out of my right ear. So that means that Mike had to get over all of the logistical challenges of, we need to have people that are face to face, you know, like inches away from each other.
That is so cool.
Also, each of them needs to have only their own voice picked up and recorded and isolated separately so that they can follow the characters around in the game. So it was a big technical challenge and a really cool experience to get to see the scenes that we had written and practiced and kind of just done as amateurs in our studio being performed by these incredibly talented people there in front of us on a soundstage. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Like the thing that they had on their foreheads, it's because they needed to record the person who were like around them. That is like so cool. What is this? Help drink. Yeah. Wait. Oh, I'm in gravity now. Okay, it doesn't fly. Fresh water, pure drink water. Okay. Anyway, so that is cool. That is very cool. There was another one, right? Like that I could play. There are like 3 here, like this one and that one. Oh damn.
In a game that uses traditional audio diaries, the shape of the space is still the shape of the story, because you go into a room and you find certain audio diaries, then you go into the next room and you find them, and so that is defining the progression of the story as you discover it. But in these AR scenes, they're multi-path, like different characters are moving all over the space in kind of a non-linear way.
And things are happening simultaneously.
Right, there's all this overlap where, you know, 2 characters might be, you know, in the gym together speaking, but one of them is talking on an AR call and the other one is in the locker room, and they're having 2 totally separate conversations, but then that have to take the same amount of time so that when their paths connect, they can then speak to each other and then split off again. And all of that stuff required us to write to the space. So the process was that like Nina and Tynan blocked out these spaces and put down where all the rooms were and what spaces we had to work with first before we wrote a single word. And then we had to say, okay, you've got the locker room, the gym, cargo, and so then who is where and what are they saying and how long is it going to take Evie to walk from cargo to Clive's office, and what's he doing before she gets there, because there is no, it doesn't matter what she's doing before he gets there because the player will never know. It's like the player can be there. We have to fill in all of those spaces.
He can't just sit there and wait for like the action to start happening. He has to do something. And so, and of course, when we tried to write all of this stuff out with like these parallel paths, we were totally unable to make everything match up until we physically acted out everything. And did all the lines ourselves.
It was a huge kind of experimental process, I guess, of first discovering how you write it, where you're like, okay, so you have to write each of the sections kind of as its own little scene and then make sure that they all link up. And then to test that, something that was great for us was that we actually had a similar sized development team to the size of the crew in the game. And so we had to go from words on the page to actually doing basically like dry run rehearsals of it as a group, because you can't really know if the timing of everything lines up until you hear it acted out and you see how the characters moving in the scene are going to affect the timing of everything.
Okay, so this is 9 kilograms. That is quite a lot to carry for a woman. Because I'm Amy. I don't know how strong I am though. Anyway, so what they're saying is that they recorded all this and that I should go around just listening to them, maybe? Locker room, maybe. Oh. Who are you? Sarah custom. Okay. Error. Okay, I need to find the code. Fitness program. Last activity 42 days, dude. You've not been exercising lately. What is this? Natural curly hair care. Okay. Can I listen to you? I cannot. I'll exercise when I'm dead. Nice. Yeah, he never did it. Or she, I guess. I need passwords for this. Open. There's nothing. 3 days ago. Okay, this guy exercised constantly. Maybe that's why he didn't close it with a password then.
Something that was really interesting to think about when designing these scenes was there are points in these scenes where there are no characters in certain rooms. So for instance, here in the locker room, Sarah starts here and then she has part of her scene here and she leaves. And presumably most players will follow her and see where she goes and see how she encounters Andrew. But you might think, well, wait a second, if I was to go into the locker room and wait for Sarah to leave, you're thinking about what might be there. So in each of the main AR scenes, there's one of these AR speakers, and while the characters are there in that space engaged in part of the story, there's music playing in the background from these speakers that kind of accompanies what they're doing. But after they've left, if you hang out with the speaker, you'll hear one of these speeches from Sergio Venturi, the CEO of the Venturis Corporation in the game. And it's something that I hope that players who either intentionally seek these out or just stumble upon one will have that spark of surprise at this extra thing being there and go back and see where else they can find more and really fill out the rest of the story's universe with these little hidden pieces that are kind of, under the surface of what's going on in the AR scenes.
Okay, so he told me that there is something hidden. So if I do not follow this girl, I'm gonna listen to the owner of the company or something. So, what is this? Water.
Right in this area, there are multiple instances of, if this was just video recording, there would be, complete nudity going on with Nat and Sarah in these situations. And so on the one hand, you're not directly confronted with that, but on the other hand, that means that the fact that you're kind of like being invasive in these private moments takes maybe a little bit longer to sink in.
Right. Once you figure that out, though, you're like, oh, what is this company doing?
Yeah.
And that is,
I find it interesting to give the player access to a lot of different elements of these characters' experience, including very private stuff that no one else is supposed to know or that, only they think of themselves as having access to. And the AR figures give us the ability to put the player in the room in these situations in hopefully a way that kind of walks that line of being kind of uncomfortable when you think about it, but also not being so
prurient.
Yeah, exactly. As it would have been if you were just standing there at the time.
It's less working blue, but hopefully still emotionally resonant.
I have no idea where the story is going. Like, the fact that I did it with commentary is not helping me out at all. It is like too much.
Began to deteriorate irreparably. We never again spoke personally in the manner I had become accustomed to.
Odin?
Your stories aren't usually such
We're not all
downers.
gonna get cancer or bone disease.
Is everything okay?
Okay, so this is what I already saw.
Listen, would it make you feel better to hear it straight from the station?
First step into this company's bright future.
Okay.
And you've been lucky enough
Sergio
to be an
Venturi.
integral part of it. Venturis.
What is this girl doing though? Just taking a shower? I guess so. Okay, so I have 2 minutes in which I can see what everybody's doing in those 2 minutes, I'm guessing.
What is it? Hey, remember when we talked about how I needed access to Odin's direct interface? Uh-huh. So how about this? Tell VT if they don't grant access to Odin, they're gonna have to find themselves a new network specialist.
Oh my god. Nat, you're not even renewed yet.
You don't have access to it.
No. There's a whole part of the networking module I can't even get into.
People, everything on this station is VT's property. We're subcontractors. They get to decide what exactly we do and don't have access to. It's in all our paperwork. So if you want to quit, then just quit, but don't make me your go-between.
I mean, it is fair. How is she meant to do her job?
Clive.
Then again, rules are rules.
Nat, I'll think about it. But for now, how about you just get the rest of the
Evie.
job done while you still have it?
Aye, Captain.
Okay, there is a whole scene with these people, like what these 4 people are doing here, and that girl and the guy who's going this way. Okay, so I'm guessing I saw everything here. What can I do here? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Then there is Zenith Lunar Resort exterior. Okay. That's a picture of something else. Oh, the inventory is spelled. Current employees and contractors invest now. Alright. Grab drink. Oolong tea. Okay.
So you were looking at what is now the lobby of the Zenith Lunar Resort on the surface of the moon.
Here.
But that is not what the area depicted was originally made for.
Yeah, this was originally the main lobby of the station where the visitors would come in and this would be the first thing they'd see.
In the original version of the game, Tacoma Station was a much more opulent. It was a customer-facing space, and you know, still in our fiction, the richest of the rich are the people who do things like come up to the lunar resort. But partway through development, we realized that these big, opulent public spaces are kind of the antithesis of what our games are about, which is kind of getting into these dense, intimate spaces that tell you a lot about the people who lived in them.
Right, certainly, like, you know, almost by definition, like, a big public space, no matter how fancy and detailed, cannot be personal.
Yeah, I mean, it can tell you about the state of the world broadly, it can tell you about the function of the place, but you would have to go into the offices of the people who run the place and look at their workspaces and see their personal effects to really understand who they were. And so a big part of revisiting the core, like, kind of conceit of the game was to say, how do we make the station as a whole something that can tell you about who the people that live and work here every day really are?
Okay, that is interesting. So they're not going for the Bioshock type of big resort idea. They're going for the like small people who live here, private lives idea. Okay, whatever. What is this? Did I play this already? I think not.
From a level design perspective, why was the actual station built with so many angles in the first place?
Basically to make an interesting shape and sightline. That was like my intention. When I was doing the original Great Blocks, everything was pretty squished together because, you know, we were really emphasizing like keeping the station feeling compact and, you know, small enough to be realistic in space, you know?
Yeah. And then the wall models themselves are like, because they're angled on top of angles, so it means that the footprint of at the base, so the floor area is actually smaller than the ceiling at the top. So sometimes I would put the final meshes in and the top part of the wall would cut into like Clive's closet. And you know, in level design and environment art, there's this idea of the grid being God.
Yeah.
And that whole area, like, we just totally ignored the grid, and we just, everything is just sort of bespokely created.
Yeah. It's funny because like I think the area is still like, it's cool to walk through, and Ops is one of the wings that I think we pulled off the like feeling compact on a space station theme the best. because it really does feel like you're kind of in this constrained space. I mean, the gym is pretty open, but like this hallway with Clive's bunk and office, I do feel like it feels small and realistic. So despite despite the challenges of actually building it, I still feel like it's successful.
Lessons were learned.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting that they're really gonna try to go for this small space type of realistic, space feeling, like the spaceship. What is this shirt? What is this room for? What is this? Wait, what? Venturer, a Venturer's Technologies publication. Oh, that is the guy who was talking before, huh? Official certification in 6 months. Alright. Okay. So what am I doing now? I'm gonna go through the other door, the one that I opened here. Still there is like the thing up there that is showing the percentage, but I wonder. Cliff Sidney. Oh, is this guy? Oh wait, let's I'm recovering his data now.
No, Germla, I don't know.
Look, it looks like bugged on the playing thing.
You know how I've always been. It's never real in my mind. Why would she give a damn about me? Of all the people. Shit.
Oh, he's a drunk.
No, I'm spilling
Here, have this.
all over outer space.
He's not going anywhere, is he? Where's the music coming from? Sardines. Oh, it's cat food. Is there a cat? There is a cat. There is a cat. There's a cat. Where's the cat? Give me the cat.
Operations and admin structurally mirror each other a lot, as far as like the types of rooms that were needed for this character's job. So it actually is kind of cute because there are a couple in the game too. So operations feels much more constrained, even though the gym is pretty big, but outside of the gym, things are pretty packed together.
But there was also a huge win for us, which is that when you start to make spaces where people live in them, there's a density of decoration and artifacts that you put around to kind of show that people were there and what they were doing and how it happened. And turns out making that in a really, really big room is hard for us, and in some ways hard for a player too, because you're presented with this big warehouse full of places to go and boxes to open. You can feel
Operations and admin structurally.
Oh, never mind. I cut it down, but I'm not gonna listen to it again. This is Books from Russia with Love. Ian Fleming. Okay, so he likes James Bond. Ian Fleming is the guy who wrote like all the James Bond books and so on. Smiley versus Carcla. Jean Le Carré, I don't know who that is. Then he has The Sane Most Loved Stories Collected. No idea, and these books have no author or anything. Alright, what are they saying here?
One of Clive's themes is kind of past glory, or, glory days kind of thinking, because having a jump ship from his first job, he now looks back on that being like, those were the good old days, and he looks back on his time in college similarly, and he has a lot of fiction that is, from the 60s in London. He has picked photos from old-timey
London town.
Londonton, and as no one calls it.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of nostalgia, and I think he has a lot of reminders of hopes. Well, and I think it's it's a way of depicting that he does want more for himself.
Yeah.
And so something about Tacoma in general, I think, is that it's about a lot of people who are trapped in a situation, and it's a lot of different situations. It's about people's obligations and the friction between what they want and where they are and where they can actually get to from there. And being posted on Tacoma is not a great gig.
Right.
It's not glamorous. And I think Clive's version of that is spending a lot of time thinking back to when he had all the potential from his college football days and to the romantic glory days of old-time London that he didn't actually get to live through, but it's like his idealistic picture of like where he would like to be. And so a lot of his bunk, I think, is a projection of that part of himself.
Yeah.
Poor Clive. Stupid Clive. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I wonder if this really exists. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are these friends of Hamlet that are conspiring with his uncle to make him go away, and they end up dead in the book, like in the play. So I wonder if a real person called Tom Stoppard wrote a play called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Anyway, I'm having like difficulties following the commentary and the game at the same time. I feel like I'm going so slowly. Maybe this way. It is locker room. Have I been there? Oh no, I've been here. Okay, let us find the next place to go. I've heard this. Have I heard this?
In our game, characters keep having to deal with something called corporate loyalty, which is the most nightmarish form of like
Corporate loyalty
we could think of.
Yeah, I mean, it's influenced by things that are going on now, things like Amazon Prime, for instance, where it's like, well, I'm already paying for Amazon Prime and it gives me a discount, so I should probably just buy everything through Amazon forever.
Also, somebody totally tweeted a link to an article like yesterday about corporate universities.
Something that's interesting about releasing like a speculative fiction thing is that people start bringing you links to things that are like, so this is actually happening in reality now. And yeah, like someone tweeted us a banner ad that was like unironically, like in our real world, like use company loyalty to pay for student loans.
Yeah.
And it's just like the degree to which things like the concept of corporate loyalty being the currency of people's everyday lives was conceived as being like a very broad extrapolation of something that's happening now becoming way too literal, way too fast is pretty freaky to encounter.
Basically, they took to extreme something that is really happening, and they get surprised when somebody tells them that it is actually happening, which makes no sense at all. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna continue this. There's a whole space with people and stuff to look at here. Oh, that guy's playing alone. Poor guy. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the video now because it's gone far too long. This game's taking far longer than I thought. And I'm gonna continue next time exploring. So thank you for watching. Please check my other content and see you on the next video. Goodbye.